Okay. So I was saying, extend first, and then you push your hip up. Drop. Kick first, then push, extend, forward. Okay, I don't want too high up to the back. It's just like the movement in the roda is designed to stop the person. So if the person coming was to you, you just block here and stop the person from coming forward. Or if they're too close and you want to do the kick, just push upwards, okay? So 10 times each side, keep your hands there. If you feel pain on your shoulders, whatever, any point you can stop, then you start all over again, okay? Let's go. Okay, so if you look at it, if you place yourself, it's a few ways, if you look at the drills that I give, okay, I give some drills where your feet are together. Can you see my feet together? Okay, and the feet are apart. For this one, I want the feet apart. Can be hip width apart. So now when I kick, I'm pushing out and I'm coming down straight. I don't want the legs closed in this one because when you kick, you tend to lose balance, okay? Due to the fact that you make into a triangle, a proper triangle, your hands and your leg in the center. Sometimes it's hard. So just keep, you're not gonna drive with your hip, push, okay? So legs apart. Don't put the feet together for this one, okay? Now, I want you guys to do a chapa de costa without walking. So we're just gonna be on the spot, okay? So from here, we're gonna open, push, back. Open the knee, push, back. Open first and extend. Just like a dog peeing, okay? Just open up the knee, open up the hip, look under, and then push. Chin on your chest, and go for 10. For you to play capoeira well, you don't need to have strong legs, okay? Your legs are strong by nature. You use them every single day. Is your shoulders. You need to have strong shoulders, and of course a nice or a good back mobility. That is the first thing we lost as we get younger. So keep pushing yours. Those have a good back, right? So now what we're gonna do is just a quick revision on what we did. So we dropped from the parallel here, right? We drop in and another negative fechada here. Okay, so we did a few variations in this sequence, but for today, I'm just gonna add a boca de siri into it. Okay, so how that works. I'm gonna go in from negativa fechada. Okay, let me just drop down a little bit so you guys can see better. So parallel, okay, I'm gonna drop on the same side. Negativa fechada, I'm gonna look under the arm. As I get here to my half a rolê, I'm not going to drop into the negativa fechada. I'm going to keep the half a rolê. I'm going to change into a queda de rim on the other side, okay? So I'm going to drop all the way here, okay? I'm going to open. See that? So I leave the leg here, and I'm going to go hand. I'm gonna fall into the queda de rim, and I'm gonna look in between my hand and my legs, okay? So I'm doing very slow, so you guys can see the movement, but you don't have to slow down so much, but try to have the right position of the elbow, supporting your weight, okay, on your obliques, so you are able to extend the leg. If you only do half of the opening, it's good enough, as long as you are able to see underneath your arm. I'm gonna show again on the other side. So from here, 1, 2. Now, as I'm going up over there, this hand goes on the ground. I start to going from here, open, okay? And I'm back again to the half hole. So do 4 times each side. Give a try, slow, see how you feel, and we take from there. The movement you guys are doing, if you just train like that alone, you don't see much of a continuation of it, okay? It's like you doing a shoulder press, okay? If I ask you guys to do 100 times the shoulder press now, you're gonna do it, you're gonna get bored, but you don't see any use for it yet. Now, for this movement, we can combine with meia lua and queda de rim, because right now you drop on the queda de rim on the opposite side, okay, opposite hip. Okay, so it's a queda de rim. You can use as a boca de siri. Later on, I'm gonna try to change it into the boca de siri and open up. Okay, and from this position that you just did, this variation, you can just drag, because the point here is once you place your body on the elbow and you open your legs, you should open to the point where you start to lose contact with the ground, with the bottom leg. So it's like the gravity, the weight, you start to lift up the leg a little bit, or the legs start to move together with your body. Although your aiming is to open as wide as possible, but because you're placing weight on the other side, the legs start to lift up. So that is the part where you stop the movement. When you're training, just individual movement. Later on, from there, what you're gonna do is you're gonna drag that leg and you're gonna drop into the negativa fechada that we practice since ever, okay? So I'm gonna show you guys just how that works, right? So I'm on the negativa paralela, okay? So I'm in the paralela here. I'm gonna drop. I'm gonna go. Now, when I'm reaching here, I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna open, I'm gonna drag. See that? The leg comes closer. One more time. Okay. From here, drop, go. Now open up, closer. Now I can come back into the negativa fechada. Okay, I'm gonna try to do closer to the wall so you guys can see. 1, 2, okay. See if you can see the front leg. Okay, now I see you guys. Closer. I'm gonna come back. Negativa fechada. Okay? So once you get to that point where the legs start to lose contact with the ground, you just bring it closer to you and put weight on it. Just go on top of that leg. If the other leg don't go straight to the negativa fechada yet, it's okay. You can just combine both legs together and it's all right, okay? Just give a try. If you get to that point, if you're not yet, you just stick to the same thing you're doing just now. Okay, one thing you guys can do from there, if you're doing, for example, if you're playing the roda, you're going for the movement, or meia lua de compasso, queda de rim, or you're doing Aula e queda de rim, it's more or less the same basic movement, okay? So what I did on Saturday with the changing of negativa fechada, it's also is the very base of it, okay? So for the Aula e queda de rim, hopefully we can start maybe on the 3rd week, trying to practice that, because I'm trying to build up slowly so you guys don't, maybe you have tried or have done the movement, but right now I'm trying to really start from scratch. Okay, so exercise that we do for the weekend de ring, it's, for example, part of our map lately is on the deep squat. You go into the fita de Aula, right? So from here, you drop. That's the movement. Then you just come up on the other side. So that's basically, it's the end of the movement you did today. Of course, we're not coming from the top like we did from the Aula, but if you are here on the half a whole leg and you drop, go all the way there. Now, when you drag your leg, you're going to be exactly the same thing as the Aula in negativa that I just did. Okay, so the difference here is how we start the movement. The finishing will be a negativa fechada. So we're going to try to build a bit more of this moving on the lower level. For example, for the boca de siri, okay? So if I am on my half holder here and I want to go for the boca de siri, I can just drop here, or I can go again to the same movement. From here, I exchange and I open up. Okay, I can do on the other side as well. Same thing. Open up. So the boca de siri is just like the tesoura, the scissors from the regional, but it's much lower. And normally the other person either go over or have to pass under. Okay, so just next class, hopefully maybe Saturday, we practice a bit more of the same exercise, the queda de rim, on the opposite hip, on the far hip. Let's bring up a little bit and practice some of our kicks, okay? So I want you guys to back up, do a little bit of ginga, okay? Just move rest of your wrist, your shoulders for a while, a little bit of ginga. After 1 minute, 1.5 of ginga, then I'm just gonna call them the movements and you guys just add, okay? We're gonna go 5 minutes on this concept. Really simple, straightforward. So get ready to your ginga. Okay, and start. Remember, the fundamentals of the ginga is still the same, guys. Where's the elbow? Front leg. Keep the same thing. Keep going. All right, keep ginga, keep doing your ginga. We're gonna go for 5 meio de frente each side. Just start when you're ready and count 5 times each side. Once you're done, 5 meio de frente, back to the ginga. Don't forget to cross your hands in front of your leg. Yes, correct, in front of your face. Nice, nice, nice. Finish a meio de frente em paralela. You start in paralela and you finish in paralela. All right, 5 queixada. From quebra de ginga. Ginga, queixada. Cross your hand, guys, in front of you. Five benção each side. Ginga, benção. Ginga, benção. Benção is a push kick, so please use your heel. Push with the whole foot. Yeah. Five martelos. Can be from the front leg, it can be from the stepping from the back. As long as the martelo come out, cross your hands in front. Don't rush through the movement, guys. Once you've done the martelo, five armada. If you don't have the space, don't extend the leg for the armada. Just bring the knee up. Cross more, guys, before you kick. Yeah. Once you've done five armada, meio de compasso. All right. Okay, now I want you guys to, yeah. Okay, all together, 40 squats, okay? Yeah. Now I want you guys to combine the movements you just did, okay? Except for the squats. So you're gonna ginga, okay? Start from beginning. So one melody French, queixada, okay? Benção, martelo, back, armada, melody compasso, okay? One after the other, then you guys ginga between on the other side. So combine all the kicks, okay? Melody de frente, queixada, benção, martelo, armada, melody compasso. Anyone did workout on your homework? I'm gonna give you guys the same tips I gave before. So remember that when you're doing the movement, you need to find a balance. Okay, so the leg that goes on the back, it's pushing to the back. You're reaching out to the back with the leg that is bending on top. The leg on the bottom, obviously, is on the opposite direction. So if you guys get the leg extend by you not locking it or you're not stretching, you're not pushing forward, what's gonna happen is the leg that goes to the back just take the whole body together. So then you feel you're losing balance and you're putting a lot of pressure on your neck. That's not what we're looking for, okay? Also, if you're not activating the leg on the back, what's gonna happen is you're taking a lot of weight on your arms because you're trying to control your whole body in front, that your knees and everything, just too much weight. So get somewhere in between. So try to feel the movement. I don't know if you guys realize, maybe it's too early, but all these movements we're doing is actually to, not just for your neck or for your arm or for the tripod, but it's more for your core. So all these movements that we are carrying on doing around it, it's actually been taking the benefit of this movement, this exercise, okay? So try to focus. So I'm just gonna show one more time, just the fact that some of you is still pushing. So when you're here, okay, the leg move backwards. See that? So I'm pushing backwards. What's to the wall? Okay. Now when I go across, it's the same thing. I'm trying to reach. Okay. Is this look familiar? We just did today. So it's a carry on as a continuation as well. Okay. So for the last one, in the queda de rim, you need to move your head. So you take the weight from your head, place on one side, on one hand, and then you are able to go for the queda de rim or to drop on the same queda de rim we did today. Okay, so it doesn't matter which exercise you're doing. When you collapse, queda de rim, your head needs to move. You can just leave your head on the ground and go all from one side. You will just fall. Okay? Muito obrigado, guys.
Thank you.
Obrigada, Contramestre.
Obrigado.